Imagine giving your whole heart to someone, building a home, a life, and dreams together.
Only to find out it was all a lie.
Imagine walking into your own living room and discovering a betrayal so deep. It shatters not just your marriage, but your entire sense of who you are.
This is not just a story about heartbreak, it's a story about survival.
By the end of this video, you'll see how betrayal can break you, but also how it can shape you into someone stronger.
So stay with me, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so we can grow this channel together. Because what I'm about to tell you could be the very story that helps you find healing in your own pain.
This is Vicky Madge, love stories with morals that touch the heart. Let's begin.
I never thought I'd be the kind of man who would sit in front of a camera, telling the story of how my marriage fell apart. But here I am. And maybe, just maybe, my story will help someone out there. Because the truth is, divorce doesn't just end a marriage. It breaks a soul. And betrayal leaves scars you can't see. But let me take you back. Back to the moment everything shattered. The first cracks. At first I didn't notice it. Or maybe, I didn't want to notice. Lena had always been my safe place. She was the one I ran to after a long day, the one whose smile calmed storms inside me. But lately, her smile had changed. It wasn't reaching her eyes anymore. She'd get home late saying she was working on a project. Her phone started living face down on the table, locked with a password I didn't know. I brushed it off. I told myself I was being paranoid. I told myself every couple goes through phases. But deep down I already felt it, the quiet shift in the air between us. The way she pulled away when I tried to hold her. The way her laughter came less often. Something was breaking. And I was too afraid to admit it. The night it happened. It was a Friday. I remember because Fridays used to be our night. Dinner, a movie, staying up late talking about dreams. But that Friday she told me she was too tired. She said she just wanted to lie down. So I went to the movies alone that night. Except, when I got back, I heard her laughing in the living room. At first I smiled, thinking maybe she had changed her mind. Maybe she was finally relaxed. But when I stepped out of the bedroom, the laugh froze me. Because it wasn't meant for me. Lena was sitting on the couch, her face glowing in a way I hadn't seen in months. And next to her was a man I had never seen before. Their hands touched in a way that left no doubt. No space for excuses. No more room for lies. And just like that, I knew. My marriage, my love, my everything was over. The confrontation. I wish I could tell you I walked away with dignity. That I was calm. That I said something powerful and poetic. But the truth? I broke. Who is he, Lena? My voice cracked as the words tumbled out. She froze. Her smile died instantly. The man beside her shifted uncomfortably, looking anywhere but at me. Sam, she whispered. Please, it's not what you think. But it was exactly what I thought. Don't lie to me, I snapped. Don't you dare lie to me in my own house. Her eyes filled with tears, but not the kind that begged for forgiveness. No, these were tears of someone caught, exposed, cornered. She didn't deny it. She didn't even fight for us. That silence hurt more than anything she could have said. The aftermath. That night I slept in the car. Not because I had to, but because the walls of our house suddenly felt like strangers. Every picture on the wall mocked me. Every memory was a lie. I sat in the driver's seat, staring at the steering wheel, wondering how I missed it all. Was I not enough? Was I blind? Or was love just never real to begin with? The next morning I came back inside, packed a small bag and left. And just like that, our marriage of 7 years ended. Divorce papers. A week later the papers came. It's strange how something as powerful as love can be reduced to a stack of signatures. Words on paper that mean, you were never mine to keep. I held the pen in my hand, staring at the blank line where my name was supposed to go. My chest felt heavy. My hands trembled. Signing felt like admitting defeat. Like telling the world I had failed at the one thing I swore I'd never give up on. But I signed. Because what else could I do? And with that pen stroke, my identity as a husband vanished. The spiral. Divorce doesn't just break your heart. It rearranges your whole life. Friends you thought were yours choose sides. Family gives advice you didn't ask for. Nights feel longer, emptier. I started sleeping on the couch even after moving into my own place. The bed felt too big, too cold, too haunted by what used to be. Everywhere I went, I carried the question, why wasn't I enough? I replayed every fight, every missed moment, every time I could have held her longer or loved her better. I tortured myself with what ifs. The silence. What no one tells you about divorce is how loud the silence is. The quiet mornings with no coffee brewing. The dinners for one. The phone that doesn't ring anymore. I tried filling the void with music, with TV, with anything. But the silence always came back. And in that silence, I had to face myself. Not as a husband. Not as someone's partner. But just me. And I didn't like who I saw. The breaking point of the breaking point. One night, I sat on the floor of my new apartment, surrounded by half-unpacked boxes. The room was dark except for the glow of a lamp. I picked up our wedding photo. Her smile was so real in that picture. My arm around her waist, my face beaming with joy. I stared at it until the tears blurred my vision. I smashed it. The glass shattered across the floor, just like my heart had shattered that night on the couch. And that was the moment I realized I couldn't go back. Not to her. Not to who I used to be. Not to the life I thought I had. That chapter was over. Why I'm telling you this? I know my story isn't unique. Thousands of people go through heartbreak, betrayal, and divorce every day. But in that pain, there's something we all share. The question of what now? This episode is just the beginning of my journey. The breaking point. The lowest of the low. But what comes next is the climb. Because pain doesn't get the final say. In the next episode, I'll take you deeper into the aftermath, the loneliness, the mistakes I made trying to numb the pain, and the slow, painful lessons that started pulling me out of the dark. If you've ever been betrayed, if you've ever felt like love destroyed you, I want you to know, this is not the end of your story either. But to see how I started rebuilding my life after betrayal, you'll have to watch what comes next. So please, like this video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me keep sharing stories that matter, stories that might just be the healing someone out there needs. Because as broken as I was, this journey eventually led me somewhere I never expected. Not just healing, but rediscovering love again. And trust me, you don't want to miss how it happened.
This is Vicky Madge. Love stories with morals that touch the heart.